second call, I think it was Victor. You mentioned the 7.62 millimeter. Now, the whole thing, I keep looking about it, that video when I saw it, and I saw it this morning, too, on YouTube at Jakari Jackson, where they're showing the reels going through. You can see that the gunman, as he went by, it really, really appears clearly that he lifted the rifle really quickly and shot the ground. And you can see the ground hitting with the smoke coming up. Now, to reference like a headshot, I would have to say, look at John F. Kennedy. His own wife turned around and started picking up his brains and his skull fragments as he was still rocking around. We don't see that with this headshot shooting.
No, I hear you, but it depends where a bullet goes in. I mean, I've shot wild hogs, deer, elk, you name it, in the head, and sometimes it goes clean through and it runs 100 yards. Other times it blows the whole side of the head off. I mean, I shot a hog one time, and about 60% of its head blew off. The entire side and part of the front all blew out. No blood, almost no blood. Everything just emptied out, like unzipped its head. I've shot a wild hog before, and the bullet goes right through it. And I use a hog example because they've got bigger skulls like humans. It looks like he fires a couple times. One time hits the ground, the other hits him in the head. But, I mean, look, the government's been caught staging stuff, so I don't blame people for questioning this and saying it may be fake. I just don't see the evidence yet. The minute we see it, if it comes out, we will go there. But again, it's provocateur in that they set up ISIS to begin with and then turned them loose. Doesn't mean Western governments run them completely. It's the analogy of dumping 100 black widows in your neighbor's bed. You didn't order the black widows to bite them. There's a good chance that the black widows are going to hide under the bed, and some of them are going to come out in the night, and you're going to roll over on one, and it's going to bite you. So they turn loose enough black widows, you're going to have a problem. Anything else, Matthew?
No, just the last reference we just said there, I totally agree with you, too, and it's just how it just came out, too. It's just early this month as it was coming out of Iraq. The Iraqi officials, too, are claiming, U.S., you're still dropping supplies to ISIS. You're still dropping
that's
supplies
in mainstream news that the Iraqi president and others are saying, oh, you did another airdrops to al-Qaeda by accident, right? To ISIS. I mean, it's ridiculous. Thanks for calling. Yeah, because our own military is getting mad about giving weapons to al-Qaeda, they now tell them, drop weapons in this grid, and then it's turning out it's ISIS and al-Qaeda. I mean, it's sick, folks. It's sick. Then al-Qaeda attacks us. Then the government gets to grandstand and take our freedom. It's a very simple equation. Tom in New Mexico, thanks for calling. Welcome.
Alex, this is, let me just make a comment on the ballistics. This is not what I called for. I have some very other interesting anomalies I'd like to put in front of you.
Sure, go ahead.
Just as far as the ballistics, if you listen to the soundtrack, there are 3 shots, 5 shots from an obviously different caliber, and then the coup de grace. And it's really hard to see, but they both look like AKs. However, there are 2 different kinds of AKs. One's an AK-47, which shoots the 7.69 by 40 by 39, and the Soviets also have a smaller one comparable to the M4. It's even lighter than an M4. It's a 5.45 by 39. It's a hot little round, but it's because I was taken by the fact that when he made the shot, there was absolutely no recoil. I said, there's something wrong there. But if you've ever fired an AK-47, you get a little bit of kick. But,
in my experience, it has a low kick if you just hold the gun hard. I mean, sure, a lot of folks hold a gun light, so there's going to be recoil. If you just hold a gun hard, and that's not a technical term, but that's how I hold a gun. But I don't know. I mean, I hand fire 50 calibers and don't think there's any kick compared to most guns. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, what's your gut tell you about this whole thing? I mean, looking at it, it looks like it's a couple wannabe jihadis trying to be famous who'd gotten some training. But the system lies so much, who knows?
That's what it calls in for. The AK-74 at 5 feet is going to punch a very tiny little hole. And I agree with you. There doesn't need to be a large pool of blood. I just want to make a comment. This is what I call for, though.
Well, stay there. We're going to have you finish up, Tom. Real quickly when we come back, then Aaron, then Phyllis, Joan, Jeff, and others. First-time callers, I'm Alex Jones, prisonplanet.tv. Check it out.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld.com.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Millions of people are going to get sick this winter from colds, flus, and other illnesses. Make sure you're not one of them. Protect yourself with Supernatural Silver, a revolutionary new product. Recent advances in silver technology have resulted in a silver solution that can be used daily to help prevent bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is safe enough to use daily, while powerful enough to help your own immune system destroy the causes of many serious diseases. Supernatural Silver has the ability to terminate entire colonies of harmful bacteria at several hundred times the effectiveness of colloidal or ionic silver. The Science Digest Journal says silver is our mightiest germ fighter. It is virtually non-toxic and is emerging as a wonder of modern medicine. Go to supernaturalsilver.com today and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off. Give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
You can say what you want about this broadcast. Alex Jones here, back live. We have a lot of hardcore guests on the transmission. One of them is Ahmad Salam. He'll be with us for his Virgin voyage with the InfoWar in the 3rd hour today. He was the FBI informant, the Egyptian CIA asset who exposed the false flag, tried to stop it, and was successful in recording and proving that the FBI basically allowed it to go forward. He was able to tape them ordering him to basically let it go forward. He knew it was a setup and tried to stop it and exposed it. He will be joining us today. He wrote the book Undercover. We'll go back over those New York Times articles and more to understand how, when I say something's an inside job, in most cases it doesn't mean Barack Obama is sitting there like Wile E. Coyote with the detonator plunger pushing down, blowing something up. It means they just wind up crazies, open the door, and allow them to attack. But in some cases, they like to have deniability. They'll use private criminal merc groups who'll then kill a patsy and frame them. So there's layer after layer to separate it. You want to understand how this works? There's a lot of historical examples. I've made films covering it. But a great fiction movie is Mark Wahlberg's, which he was involved in making. Really respect him as a director. The Shooter. You want to see how they do a false flag? That it's incredibly accurate and what government's really run by? These combine groups within government? Watch that movie. I own no stock in it. I got to watch that movie again. I got shook up. I didn't see that in the theater. I saw it a year after it came out on the treadmill, watched it on DVD years ago, and it's just so accurate. I mean, that is exactly the stuff they pull. You want to know how it's done? That's it. So it's not corporations, it's not government, it's networks within at key points that'll hire a merc group who'll then go out and recruit the patsies who are the idiots. And then, I mean, if this is a false flag, that's probably what it is, and these guys were dead a long time ago. But we'll never know. That's the problem. It's kind of like all the callers calling in, obsessing after one caller called in about, were those AKs 7.6239, or I don't see a recoil? And who knows, folks? We'll never know. I know our government and others helped set up the jihadis that are now running wild in the Middle East. That's the big enchilada. That's what's admitted. We forced that out in the open. So no matter where it comes from, our governments are illegitimate and stand to gain from it at the expense of our liberty. I'm sick of it. Excuse me, I'm ranting. Tom in New Mexico, finish up, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be rude. It's just I've been doing this for a long time.
No, you're not rude. I was talking about the caller bringing something up and how it becomes a chain reaction, obsessing over the caliber of the gun, while the elephant in the room is our government openly created al-Qaeda. Go ahead.
Well, I've been doing this a long time, and you first have to establish what happened before you try to figure out who and why. And I'm going to present you some facts. And you can do it.
Okay, enough preface, brother. We're running out of time. Go ahead.
Okay. These guys were originally bombed November 2nd, 2011. When I first researched this, which you got to do it in the first hour. When I first researched, I could find the address. I forgot the address. I know the numbers are 6-2. They moved from there. Their own website gave a new address of 35 Rue Sherpollet. That's Serpollet. And they even provide a picture. You can go to Google Maps. You can find that.
You're talking about the newspaper over in France?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
Now all of a sudden, with no how do you get from here to there, allegedly the shooting happens at 10 Rue Nicolas, I'll kill the French, Appert. Now, I don't know how they get there, but it's you can go to Google Earth on that, take a look at it. And what's very interesting, when you look at that address, and you get down the street view, there are two police nationals sitting out there, obviously just hanging out, which I thought was kind of interesting. But where the shooting allegedly took place, and the reason I could run this down is there was a sign, Citadine Hotel, which is 37, I hope somebody's writing this down. 37.
It's being recorded. Millions are listening. Just get to it, please. 37
Boulevard Richard Lenoir. That's where the ambulances are set up. Now, that is 2 blocks north, 1 block west of where the shooting takes place, 500 feet. Why in the heck are they gurneying people 500 feet to the triage, which is way away? It just makes no sense at all. And one other thing, the cop was shot about a third of a mile away from that location. Now, I can give
We're going to investigate it. I appreciate your call. I'm going to just rampage through calls when we come back. We'll look into that. Thank you.